Welcome to day 34 of the escape plan. Today we have a video that's a little bit different. I'm gonna be reviewing a role play that myself and Oscar, a client of mine, did. In this role play, I'm playing the prospect, he is playing the salesperson. He is selling fitness coaching to myself, and yeah, it's just beginning to end, the full sales call, and I'm gonna be basically reviewing it and jumping in every now and again, showing you what he's doing, explaining it so you guys understand it a little bit more. It's on 1.5x speed, just so it's a little bit faster, because it's a bit of a long video already. And yeah, make sure to take notes, because this video is a serious banger.
Oh, my man, how's it going?
It's going well, Oscar. It's going well. Love the energy. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, my friend. Whereabouts are you calling from today?
I'm calling from London. How about yourself?
Sweetie, I'm not too far. I'm down in Brighton. I'm here for a few more weeks before I go back to my home in Dublin. But I'm perfect, my friends. I know we've got limited time, so are you ready if we just roll straight into it?
Bros. No problem. Let's go.
Sweet, my man, sweet. So I look at your application. Like, what's the biggest reason that you're even looking for a fitness coach right now?
I want to lose weight, and
okay.
Yeah, I've been trying for a little while.
Oh, how long have you been trying?
So a lot of people start sales calls with a lot of background noise, but Oscar, the way that he has kind of put his own tweak on the framework that we've given him is he goes straight into business, right? So he'll start with very simple, like, where are you based? Just a bit of, small talk. But then he goes straight into it. He's like, basically, why are you on this call with me today? And that basically is where you kind of find that kind of North Star, you could call it, right? Why is this person on this call? So that you know exactly where you need to take it. Because fitness coaching, right? They could be on this call because they want a six-pack. They could be on because they want to lose weight. Whatever they say has a very big impact on where the call is going to go. So he's just found out exactly what I want to do. I want to lose weight. And he's finding out how long I've been wanting to do that, why it's important to me, and more of those questions.
3 years.
Okay, all right. So you've been trying for 3 years. I mean, by losing weight, what weight are you at the moment?
110.
Oh, okay. And do you have a goal of where you want to get to?
90 kg, I think.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to lose around sort of 20 kg. I guess you've been doing that for 3 years. Like, what's held you back to actually hitting that goal in, I guess, up to now?
It's hard to...
So he's got the background, he's got the picture, right? It's very clear. I've tried losing weight for 3 years. He's got exactly where I want to be, exactly where I'm at now. Okay? And he's basically now understanding where I'm at entirely now. So what have I tried to lose weight in the past?
Find a rhythm, man. Like, got a family, got work.
Okay. Well, I mean, everyone has family. One of my best friends, he just had a daughter with a six-pack. So I guess, like, what's actually really causing that rhythm to get disrupted for you?
Now he's digging in here, right? So I've told him the reason that I'm unable to lose weight is because of other commitments. And, this is exactly kind of how you have to be on these kind of calls. You have to just be real with people, right? So Oscar's like, well, I know someone who's just had a kid and, they're in great shape. So why can't you be in great shape?
Yeah, I guess, it's not something that I've been, prioritizing.
No, what makes it no priority?
I want to make sure that my family are looked after.
Yep.
Work obviously helps with that. And also, when I finish work, I don't really want to, necessarily work out. I'd rather just spend time with my kids.
Sure. Okay. All right. And this has been something that's been sort of going on for 3 years. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, obviously it sounds like you are prioritizing, family, work, makes total sense. So I guess, what's even got you to the point where you do want to prioritize your health now?
So he started to find a little bit of pain, right? He's understood, okay, what's prevented it from happening? My work, my family. And now he's really going into, like, why are you trying to do this now? And really get into the actual pain. What has happened in my life as the prospect for me to be on this call and for me wanting to lose all of this weight right now?
I don't feel great, to be honest. I'm not happy when I look in the mirror.
Right.
I even just like playing with my kids in my house, I get out of breath, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long has that been going on for?
So this is really good, and it's something that you might not even notice people do on sales calls, right? But it's literally like it's very clear that Oscar's listening, right? And you might not be able to hear it because it's on 1.5x speed, but his tonality, he sounds concerned and he's curious. He's like, what, really? Why is that happening, right? And that concerned tone and really just showing that you're listening and being active in the conversation makes a massive difference, because it allows the prospect to really open up, because that is the only way the sale happens, right? And it's no tactics, it's nothing, it's purely just psychology, what is going on. Because the thing is, if the prospect doesn't open up, the salesperson will not know if this is someone that they can actually help, firstly. And secondly, they won't know if it's a great fit, right? And the most important thing is that we sell to people that we know we can actually help and they're a great fit for what we're doing. And if we don't ask these questions and if we don't understand the full picture as salespeople, we might sell someone that, you know, we might not even be able to help. So it's why it's super important. But naturally, people have their guard up and people don't want to share this information. But using small little nuanced things like this makes a massive, massive difference.
Years, much longer than 3 years, I can tell you that.
What, a decade? I mean, what's it, 2 decades? How long, man?
Probably ever since I've kind of got into my job now.
So clarity, right? Clarifying question. He's just trying to gain clarity, right? Asking a clarifying question is really important, because it gets your prospect not only to give you more of an understanding of what's going on, but your prospect is going to give you more information and more pain, so that you can basically, you know, store that into your ammunition, and then by the end of the call, you have a bunch of pain that you can kind of leverage and use to basically help the sale go over the line.
I work in investment banking.
Yep.
And it's taken over my life, really. Long hours, stressful.
But what about your weight makes that feel worse and makes you not feel good?
So the fact that, like, you know, I'm not happy when I look in the mirror, man. Like, I see myself.
Okay.
I don't like what I see.
Okay, all right. I mean, what makes you not, I mean, guess really like what you see, and I mean, in what way does that not make you feel good? I'm just a bit confused. I mean, it's very vague. Obviously, no one feels good not being the way they're at, but I mean, what's really that feeling for you that, obviously this has been an issue for 3 years, what's got you to that point where you do want to make a change?
Again, gaining clarity. It can be, he's right? I was giving him vague answers, right? And vague answers is not really how you make the sale, right? How you make the sale is by being super specific to that one person, so that the pain that you've got from the prospect is literally only for them, right? And it can't be applied to anyone else. Like, for example, let's say I'm playing the character John. John's pain is only for John, and it's not for Lily, it's not for Sam, it's not for anyone else. It's purely for John, right? And when you have that, not only does it show the prospect that you've actually listened, but on top of that, it means that they are fully aware of their own situation. The reason why you need the prospect to talk about their pain isn't so that you can manipulate them into the sale. Nothing like that. It's so that the prospect can hear themselves talk about, I'm in this pain and I don't feel great and it's having a negative effect on me. So that when they have to make a decision to actually change their life for the better, they've just heard themselves say a bunch of bad things about themselves, and that's going to cause a much bigger change than anything else. Because if Oscar was to talk negatively about this person and say, yeah, you're overweight, you clearly don't, you know, look in great shape, and I'm sure when you look in the mirror, you don't feel so great about yourself, right? Although that might be true in how he feels, that person won't buy. The person is only going to buy when they hear themselves talk about themselves negatively. It's super, super key.
I want to do it for a few reasons. I want to be a role model to my kids.
Okay.
And I also think it would actually, you know, make me a better top performer at work. So, you know, help my family even more.
Okay. I mean, are you not a role model to your kids now? And I mean, are you not a top performer at work?
No, I'm definitely not doing too bad for myself when it comes to work.
Yeah.
But I think
you sure you'll get better then?
I've tried, you know, losing weight. I actually had a PT for a few months. Didn't work out, but started losing some weight. I had more clarity.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually performing better at work.
So these are great questions that Oscar's asking. And it's really just those questions of trying to understand the full picture, right? And you can apply this to anything, right? So for example, let's say I am a business owner, right? And I want to scale my marketing, right? You would ask questions, why do you want to scale your marketing? Why is that so important to you? What effect is it having on you not being able to scale or not have the leads that you need? Is it having any impact on you? Why is it so important that you actually do it, right? Why do you want to make all of this money? And you just go on and get real clarity and really understand what the motivation is for actually, in this case, losing weight. And in the case I was talking about, marketing. But back to losing weight. Once you understand why they're on the call and the pain they have, then you can truly move on into the rest of the call. And it's not about, getting a bunch of tiny little pain points. It's about getting one big piece of pain that links together so that there's real intrinsic value and intrinsic kind of motivation that comes from the prospect, so that when they make a decision, it's much more likely.
So I think losing the weight will not only help me perform better at work, but will also help me, I think obviously, your kids look up to you, see you as role models. I think I am definitely a role model, but I also want to be a role model, like physically, and that's, I think, that the bit that's lacking.
Okay. I guess how long have you felt like, really the physical aspect of being a role model to your kids, how long has that been something that you've been thinking about?
Ever since they've really grown up, started playing around a lot, and then I get out of breath really quickly, and I'm like, oh.
Get out of breath?
Yeah.
Well, okay. How does that make you feel when you run around with your kids and you start getting out of breath?
Yeah, no, great.
Tonality, facial expressions, showing that he's listening, and also it's a small thing, the tonality and the facial expressions. And I'll slow it down to 1x speed for this bit, because I think it's important for you guys to actually see. But if you look, right, you'll see and hear, like he actually sounds and looks concerned.
Yeah.
Well, okay. How does that make you feel when you run around with your kids and you start getting out of breath?
Sounds actually concerned, and that plays a massive difference, because when you're speaking to someone and they actually sound like they give a shit, and they actually do give a shit, again, your prospects open up to you tenfold.
Yeah, no, great. They look at me and they're like, what's wrong?
How does that, when your kids, when they look at you and they're even like, hey, what's wrong, daddy? What does that make you feel when they say that to you?
Getting more.
Yeah, that I think hurts. And I think that's why I want to make the change,
Okay.
Seeing them say that hurts. It stings coming from your little ones.
How many times have you heard it from them?
Oh, probably very regularly. Yeah.
On a weekly basis, how much would they say? Sort of look at you and being confused and say, what's up?
Pretty much every time we play together.
Right.
Really gaining clarity, really building on this pain point. When you are, for example, like fitness, for example, this is something, the motivation that comes behind losing weight, especially if you have kids, that is a huge pain point. And so he's found that out, right? So he's kind of, what he's been doing up until this point is kind of like looking for different things, different pain points, and then he's found the family. That's what he's found, and he's dug in. He's dug in there. How does it make you feel? How often do they say, hey, like, why are you out of breath? So that the prospect really feels it. And this is like the real true pain point that the prospect has in this case.
So obviously, you've got a lot going on, man. You're working in investment banking, and obviously you've got your tires hands with your kids. You don't, I guess you've been putting it off for 3 years. You don't have to commit, but I guess what's making you feel like you don't want to go another playtime with your daughters and go another 3 years now without actually getting to the 90 kg mark, so you can actually feel good about yourself and really stop getting out of breath and feel like a good role model to your kids.
What he does there is, you may notice it, you may not. He basically kind of listed, right, and he's looking at his notebook where he wrote it down. He basically kind of listed everything that I spoke about on the call. Because what that tells me as a prospect is, holy shit, this guy's actually listening to me. He's heard everything I've said. And it's also a reminder, again, of all the pain that I'm going through. And it's really resonating with me as the prospect. And yeah, he's like, basically, he's asking a great question. He's like, well, you don't need to do anything about this now. Why do you have to?
What's got you wanting to do that now, though?
I am ready to feel better. I see, people around me lose weight, sit online as well.
Yeah.
And I know it's possible.
Sure.
And I think, there's no reason why I shouldn't. really.
Yep.
I think I definitely should, whether I choose to work with you guys or not. I feel like this is something I'm definitely going to do either way, because I've had enough.
Makes total sense. And so you've had enough of your daughters looking at you, wondering why you're out of breath. Mentioning it to you really hurts, of course, because you feel like you're not even a role model physically towards them. And obviously, being in health, it comes with just that clarity of mind that you did feel a couple months ago. You mentioned you were working with a PT. Walk me through that. What do you mean by?
Right. So now he's transitioned, right? So now he's done with the pain and getting that. Obviously, that's still going to be there throughout the call, but like really finding it and looking for it, that's done. Now he's going into kind of building the ideal solution. So he's asked me, okay, so you mentioned you worked with the PT before. Walk me through that a bit. Like, what did you like about it? What did you not like about it? So that Oscar knows. This is super important, because let's say, for example, I worked with a PT and they put me on a diet plan and I didn't like it. Not because I don't like diet plans, but because the food was repetitive over and over again. I felt like I was eating the same thing every single day. So that's super important for Oscar to mention, right? If he's selling fitness coaching that does diet plans, when he pitches that, he pitches it as, yeah, and what we do is we actually get every single day of the week, every meal you eat is completely different, right? So it doesn't feel like it's repetitive. And so that is the beauty of building that solution. And it's a great way of understanding what your prospect is looking for without directly asking for it based off of previous experiences.
Tried. I mean, did you have sessions? Did you have a program with him? Walk me through that.
Yeah, so he was great actually. We had a couple sessions a week after work.
What made it so great?
Just got the results, Yeah. Stop losing weight.
Well, you're working with him.
He's actually
he did it with tonality. He's like confused. He's like, well, why the hell are you not working with him? Sounds actually concerned. He sounds like he's actually like, well, I actually do want you to lose weight. Like, why are you not working on him? What happened? It's very, very small, minute details, but they matter and they make a massive, massive difference.
Gone. He moved.
Yeah.
He moved back to Italy, because that's where he's from.
Okay.
And, I guess not only that, I just couldn't really find anyone that I think that I'd be comfortable with.
Sure.
And not just that, but he also was a bit of a pushover. Like we were trying to do 2 sessions a week, but I would sometimes flake out because I want to spend time with my kids or something, or I'd give him a lame excuse and he would kind of just let it happen.
Yeah.
And I think, I thought to myself, okay, so like, what's the point? If it's that easy, I might as well just do it myself.
Uh-huh. I guess why not having that?
So this is something that you'll also see. It's like, you'll notice that I was very open about it, right? And that was because Oscar did a great job at the beginning of the call in lowering my guard, because he sounds concerned from his tone, from his questioning, and he actually seems curious about me and my goals and my actual health, right? So that plays a massive impact, and it helps you as the call goes, because their guard is going to lower and they're going to be much more open with you when you ask questions, which is vital in sales, because the more information you can get, the more ammunition you have, the better.
Accountability. Why did you feel like that was something that didn't allow you to achieve your goals?
I think accountability is important.
Now he's gaining clarity about what I like, what I don't like. So accountability is one thing that I like, and it's important to me. So he's gaining that understanding so that he can then pitch it. I'm sure he's going to pitch it. I know he is, actually.
I've had it in every facet of my life. When I was playing sports when I was a kid, because I used to be in good shape.
Yeah.
Played rugby, but then after university that kind of stopped. And then at university, like for exams and stuff, like had people to study with at work. Come and climb in the ranks with people. Sure. And I think doing it with people and doing it with people to show you the way, and people to be like, don't stop, don't give up.
Yeah.
And I think people to actually call you out on your bullshit as well, I think it's powerful.
Okay, so obviously really, really accountability has been a really big tool for you, not just in fitness, but in all aspects of your life, sports. You mentioned when PT moved away. How long in total did you actually end up working with him?
Worked together for 6 months. 6 months,
and how did it go overall? You said you did a good job. I mean, did you hit your goal, getting down to 90 kg?
Not quite, just over 100. So it was like 102. So we lost 8 kilos.
Oh, okay, all right. And I guess what made you feel so comfortable with him and really enjoy the experience?
Everything. Like, he was very supportive with diet plans, the exercises. He made it fun as well.
Sure. And why are those things important to you?
Because I go to work every day.
Again, clarity. he's literally gaining as much information about what I like, what I don't like, so that it's for the pitch. It's what I mentioned before, but now you've actually seen it in action, and it's super, super, super helpful for the closer.
Sure.
It feels very like monotonous.
Sure.
So I kind of want to, when I go to the gym, I don't want it to be that same feeling too, you know?
Makes sense. Yeah.
I don't want to eat the same shit every day.
Sure.
I don't want to do the same exercises every time I go to the gym. I'm like seeking something that's different, a bit more specific.
Sure, makes total sense. So I guess right now, what are you seeking that maybe you saw some of it in your previous PT? I guess what are you really seeking now, which you feel is actually going to give you the best chance of hitting that 90 kg mark in the next 6 months?
God, you need to make that happen. Yeah, it's just someone really to hold me accountable.
Okay.
6 months.
So he's got all of it, but now he wants to know what's the most important thing to me, right? So this is going to be basically, he's asking me, he's like, what should I emphasize in my pitch? Is basically what that question is decoding.
20 kg, that's wow, that could happen. That'd be amazing, but I think it will take, like I said, accountability.
Well, why get a coach for that? I mean, your wife can keep you accountable, no?
Yeah, no, like
no.
She does like Pilates, but besides that, you know, she doesn't really know what she's doing in terms of losing weight. She's never been overweight.
For sure.
She suggested like a bunch of diets. Those didn't really work.
Yeah.
So, and also they're not fun. Like,
sure.
But yeah, it's I need someone who knows what they're doing.
Okay. I mean, okay, that makes sense. So obviously accountability is really important to you. I mean, is there anything really you're looking for in the actual aspect that is going to make it fun to you? I mean, what makes an experience fun for you when it comes to actually hitting that weight goal?
Like I said, just the feeling that, knowing that it's working, that is a big thing.
Okay.
Also, like I said, the fact that it's going to be different. Like, I don't really want to do the same stuff every time when I go to the gym, or I don't want to necessarily go on the same like walk or the same run or whatever it may be. Like, I need something different. Like I said, my work is a major part of my life, and that sometimes feels very samey.
Sure.
And I don't want that to go into the fitness side as well.
Okay. I guess why is it important that doesn't leak into the fitness aspect?
Because it would just make me feel like I'm like in a cycle, you know. I think life is, you know, we only have one life, and I think.
So if I was to review this, I think he may have overdone it slightly with finding out exactly the kind of solution that I want in terms of like how he could have improved, because that's another thing, is like you don't want to overdo it with these things, because if you overdo it, then it doesn't really feel as natural anymore, and you've kind of then that kind of guard that you've worked so hard to lower slowly starts to go back up. So super important. So that's the one kind of piece of feedback I'd give him.
I don't want it to just be the same loop every single day.
How long have you been feeling that you are sort of in a loop, obviously with that consistency and obviously with even the actions that you're taking? How long have you felt that way?
Quite a while. In general, probably since I started working. Really, just life, I guess.
Sure.
That's why, like, I want to enjoy the fitness thing.
Sure.
The fitness thing for me is something that I want to keep doing for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I want it to be something that I enjoy doing. Because if I don't enjoy doing it, I won't do it. You know what I mean?
Totally, my friend. Totally. So really, you had a good experience with your PT. It's a bit of a pushover. Didn't hold your account.
So now he's listing the things because he's going to transition, right? So again, kind of showing that he was listening and showing that, hey, this is exactly where you're at. And it's almost like a double check, because I could correct him as well at this point. So it's useful for a few reasons. But yeah, he's transitioning now, and he's going to now go to the future pace. So where do I want to be? What my future weight? How would that make me feel? Everything.
And as well, you didn't really mix up the workouts and make you feel that enjoyment to actually go achieve your goal, which and actually made you feel like you're in a little bit of a loop. And that totally makes sense. I guess if we're able to help you enjoy your workouts again, really get motivated because you know you're going to be doing something new every day and it's not just a monotonous cycle. Just like, what's the goal? Obviously, you want to get to 90 kg, but I mean, why specifically is that the first milestone that you want to get to?
God. Why is that the first milestone I want to get to? Probably because, you know, that's what my doctor said is like ideal weight for me based off of the scans and stuff they do every year. You know, they said, we've had tough conversations. They've said I need to lose weight.
Sure. Sure.
So it's kind of, what the doctor said, really.
Okay, that makes total sense. And remind me, because I wasn't there with your doctor in that meeting, of course, what made 90 kg? I mean, what about that in terms of a health aspect? What made that your perfect weight?
Yeah, so that's my ideal BMI.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand, right? So I guess like from the fitness aspect, I mean, what changes you get down to BMI? I mean, is there anything that changes once you hit that 90 kg mark?
My life, pretty much. Work, more clarity, spend time with my kids, and don't have to worry about the you know, that feeling of being out of breath. And yeah, probably improve my relationships in work and outside, my family, friends, everything really.
Sure. But I mean, I guess just not being out of breath and having a better time at work doesn't sound too great. I mean, what you truly want out of hitting 90 kg?
I feel good. I want to look in the mirror and say, I'm proud that I look this way.
Yeah,
I think that's important to me.
Yeah. I mean, why is that so important
to you?
This
is a small thing that he's done here, and it's very interesting, right? Because a lot of people will they'll ask a question, and then in sales, and then they'll get an answer, and then they'll kind of just move on. And so Oscar here, he's obviously been closing for a little while now. He asked the question, he wasn't really happy with the answer he got, so he was like, is that it? Like, surely there's got to be a bit more. And so to really get the answer that he wants, and that's like a skill and technique that goes far.
Because I haven't had it for a while, and it's not a great way to start your day when you wake up, jump in the shower, see yourself in the mirror, getting ready, and you're not happy.
Yeah. I mean, how would it make you feel that for the first time in years? Obviously, you've been trying to get to the 90 kg mark in over 3 years now. How would it make you feel to get out of that shower and actually look in the mirror and really feel? I mean, you said it, proud.
Make me feel great. Yeah. I think it's like probably the best way to start your day. It's like, why start your day feeling negative when you can start your day feeling positive?
Yeah, that totally makes sense. So I guess, what do you feel like you actually have to do to actually be able to feel that you are?
So this is important as well. It's like, he did this section like super well because he didn't overdo it. He didn't need to overdo it. Like, he already, from all the questions he had previously asked, he had already got a kind of picture of my ideal solution. So the future pace of where I want to be. So he didn't really overdo it. And now he's going to transition into the consequence. So like, what does it look like if you don't do anything about this?
Down to 90 kg and you're able to play with your daughters, be a role model again, and really feel that proudness about yourself.
What do I feel like I need?
What do you feel like you need to do? What do you feel like you need to take to actually achieve those goals and that feeling?
I guess, yeah. Starts taking it seriously.
I guess why now though? Why is it something that's so important to you to take seriously?
I mentioned earlier, like, we only have one life. I think having kids is one of the most beautiful feelings in the world. You have kids?
No.
Okay. It's a great feeling. And I think
I don't have kids. I'm just really settling the prospect here. So that's also important, right? When you're practicing sales, take it seriously. The more serious you take it as a prospect, the better, because you're actually going to give the person who plays the salesperson and the digital deal maker the best experience, right? The closest you can make it to a real sales call, the better. And so that's obviously, I've been on a lot of sales calls, so that's exactly what I do here.
Having that, knowing that I want to be around for as long as possible.
Yeah.
I know that I need to lose weight, man.
Sure.
Like, I've come to realize, like, I have to do something.
But you have to do something. Are you doing this for you, or are you doing this for your family?
Both.
Okay, but I mean, which is more important to you?
Probably my family.
Okay. So I guess why really are you trying to get down to this weight? I mean, what about doing it for your family is the thing that you're really trying to achieve?
I want to be around for as long as possible.
Okay. I mean, do you not feel like you'd be around as long as possible with the way you're at now?
No, my doctor tells me that all the time.
Wow. What does your doctor say? I mean, does he?
So he started going to the consequence, and then he found something, and then went back to the solution, and then he's going to go back into the consequence, and you'll see it in real time. So now he's gone back into the solution, right? Of basically, he heard me talk about like living longer and being a better life for my family. That's a very big solution. It is a pain point, but it's a very big solution. Like, doing it for your family, doing it to feel better, to make them proud, to live longer, right? And so that is the beauty of it, right? It's like he spotted that as he was going into the consequence of like, why do you have to do this now? Because you don't really have to. But then he spotted it, and he's gone back into the solution, and he's going to go back into the consequence.
Okay, what is it that your doctor's telling you? It's just making you feel like you have to do this for your family and yourself?
Just, yeah. He sends me like brochures, things like that, with like the negative effects. Like, really, it's everything. You can, more likely to get cancer, more likely to have joint problems, bone problems, everything really. So I think, like I said, I want to be around for as long as possible, and I think it's time to make it happen.
For sure. Because like, it's time to make it happen. Like, are you at a point where you are even willing to to go another 3 years with these health issues and being not able to actually have that confidence that you'll be, around with your daughters for a long time and really not even be proud and be a role model when you are even able to be around them now. I mean, is that something you're willing to settle for?
No. Another piece of feedback I'd give Oscar is like, it is so much more powerful and strong if he's doing that whole bit of as he's transitioning, because he's ending the consequence here and he's soon going to go into the pitch. But it's so much more powerful if he's not looking at his notes and he's looking directly at the person in the camera and on the screen. So that's another kind of feedback point.
Why not, man? Most are. Most people, you are at your point, they are willing to settle for that. So why aren't you?
Because I've hit a point in my life where I think it's now or never,
Okay. Well, what makes now so important?
I need to, because I've been the past 3 years, like I've pushed it and nothing's really happened. So just got to start.
I guess you've been pushing it. I mean, obviously you said it's been an inconsistent prioritization of your time for 3+ years now. I guess what happens if you do go another 3 years, because you could at the end of the day, you could not take the action that you need to take to actually get the health issues that you are currently facing out and actually start feeling good about yourself, feeling good at work and prioritize that. I guess why not just push that down?
Yeah, so big consequence question, right? Like, why you could do nothing, right? This is really getting the prospect to think about the consequence of what happens if I don't take action, really the whole thing. And so it's everything from, the family, and you do bring up pain that you've got previously in this section because it's key that the prospect understands what is the consequence if I do not make a change. Because if they understand that, they're way more likely to change.
Because nothing changes if nothing changes, right?
So who needs to change?
Me.
And are you ready to make that change?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, then I think we have my work for you then. So we can go through all those details with you. I can show you how we can get you to the 90 kg mark.
So that is the discovery done. Now he's going into the pitch, and then it's objection handling, right? So the actual discovery is where you're finding the pain points, where you are understanding the client's ideal solution that they're looking for, where they're trying to be, and all of that. While you're doing that, you're asking these questions of how would that make you feel? How does it make you feel? Why is it important to you? You're clarifying where you need to as well to get a better understanding of the situation. And then you're going into the consequence. And the consequence is, like I said, it's vital. Because at the end there, you hear that, like, are you ready to make a change? Absolutely, right? So that sounds like someone that is ready to make a change. And when you get someone in that state, you are likely to get a sale, right? And that's why your discovery is so important. And a lot of people want to rush their discovery, right? And they want to go straight, like, okay, let me go straight to the objections. But the thing is, your discovery needs to be so good so that they're, one, in the right state of mind to make a good decision and the best decision for themselves. And two, so that when you're actually objection handling, there's a bit of meat to it, right? You've got the pain points, you've got an understanding of the person you're speaking to, so it is so much more effective.
In the next 6 months, so you can actually start feeling like yourself again and really prioritize that time that you do have left and focus on being that best role model for your daughters. But you let me know, man, where do you want to go from here?
Yeah, I'd love to understand.
So this is a thing. He's basically, it's the transition to the pitch, right? So he's transitioning to the pitch. He's like, where do you want to go from here, right? It's up to you. And this is a psychological thing as well. If the prospect, right, if the person buying feels like they are the one making the decision to find out more, they're more likely to buy, right? It's just a small psychological nuance. So if I'm the salesperson asking, like, hey, where do you want to go from here? And the prospect says, yeah, I want to find out more, right? It's much more effective than the salesperson being like, right, well, like, what we have works for you, this is it, right? It's a very, very small nuanced thing, but it makes a big difference in terms of psychology.
And see that a bit more on your side.
Cool, man. Well, what's really important is
I want you to note as well during his pitch, keep in mind, remember what I said earlier about all those things that the prospect said they wanted as their kind of solution, the accountability, all of these things. He will remember it and he's going to knock them down in his pitch, really tailoring the solution to them. Again, what does that do? It makes the prospect feel heard and it makes them feel like it's a great opportunity and it's basically you're teeing yourself up. It's like a no-brainer that you're building.
Have a three block process. So we start with the one-to-one training, where we're going to personalize an actual mentorship and partner it around and tailor it around the time that you do have available. So it fits in with that prioritization, and it's going to be completely tailored to your body type and really where you're trying to get to. And then we start with the accountability. Obviously, you mentioned that's something that's super important for you in all facets of your life. Something that even your last coach was great. He lacked. So we're going to keep you accountable by being there. So for example, your mum or your dad, did they ever go tell you to go brush your teeth when you were a kid? Okay. And then did you go upstairs and you were like, Mum, I don't want to brush my teeth, and they stood over and they were like, brush your teeth, and then the next night you went up, the same thing happened, and you've grown up now. Does your mum still tell you to brush your teeth?
No.
Okay. And do you still brush them?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an example of external accountability becoming an internal habit, and that's exactly what we're going to do for this program. We don't want you to feel like it's hard. We want you to actually enjoy the work, which is something that you feel is really important to you, so you can stick on that progress. Then we keep with the nutrition. Nutrition is going to be tailored with we're going to take vitals and your hormones and really boost and make sure that all of those aspects is completely tailored to the nutrition that we're giving you. Same with supplementation. We're going to tailor this to the exact model and the exact supplements that you're looking for at this moment in time. So how does that sound? How do you feel about the process that we actually do take you to actually get to the 90 kg mark within this next 6 months?
Cooked. He cooked on this pitch. Absolutely cooked. Take note, because that is exactly how it's done. Oscar has never sold fitness in his life, right? He's obviously very passionate about it. He used to be quite a professional, quite high up athlete in fighting and football, soccer for you Americans. And yeah, like that is how you pitch a tailored solution, and he absolutely cooked there. So kudos to him.
Sounds pretty good.
Okay, sounds pretty good. I mean, what sounds good about it exactly?
I mean, I like the fact that it's tailored to me.
Again, gaining clarity. It's like, okay, well, my sandwich that I make on a fucking Sunday morning is pretty good, right? So like, why is it good? Why is it good? Because basically, it's important after the pitch. You basically get that buy-in from the prospect, and get the prospect to basically say how good your service is based off of what they've heard. And if it doesn't sound convincing, you need to challenge that.
I think it's not I've never had someone take my vitals, my hormones, do any of that stuff. So I think everyone's body works slightly differently. So I think
sure. Why is that part? Why is that important to you?
Because I could go to a PT, but they're not gonna necessarily offer me that kind of solution.
Yeah, for sure. And do you feel like that solution where it's completely tailored to your body, to your actual vital levels, and really the accountability as well as that one-to-one mentorship tailored to your type, do you feel like this can get you to 90 kg within the next 6 months, so you can start feeling like that role model, and more importantly, get the health back that your weight's taken away from you?
Again, listing the things that was said earlier on in the call, he got that buy-in. Okay, it's basically like a temp check, right? He's basically saying, like, is this person, ready to buy? It sounds like it. So then Oscar knows to drop the price soon. I think he's about to do that as well. And so yeah, it's very, very straightforward at this point. It's he's going to drop the price, and then I'm going to give him a few objections that he's going to handle, and you'll be able to see that.
But it's taken away from you.
Yeah.
Okay, but why specifically do you feel like it can though?
I mean, I've looked through your Instagram.
Yeah.
I've seen the results that you guys have.
Yeah.
I've seen similar, if not better, transformations happen. So yeah, no, I'm ready to make it happen.
Sounds good, my friends. Well, you can let me know where would you like to go from here?
Well, how can we get started? I'm assuming that there's a price involved. What does that look like?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, there's an investment side to what we do, and I don't feel like we have anything else to go over, so I can let you know the total cost for all of what we do for the 6 month program is literally just £3,000.
Okay. I'm gonna have a think about it. Just make sure it's.
That is the most common objection you're going to get in sales. The most common. I'm going to think about it. It's a smokescreen for something. And so Oscar is now going to try and understand, okay, what is it? What are you hiding under it, right? Because I need to think about it. I need to think about it because I don't have the money. I need to think about it because, that's a lot of money, and I don't know if I should spend that right now. I need to think about it because I share a bank account with my wife and I need to speak with her beforehand, or a bunch of things, right? The partner objection can also be a smokescreen, but if they share a bank account and they actually need to speak to their partner before they make an objection, before they make a decision, then it's a real partner objection. So yeah, those are the two smokescreens. I need to think about it, and the partner is a semi one. It can be real sometimes, especially if they share a bank account.
It's the right decision for me at this moment in time.
Totally, man. Totally. Take your time with it. I guess we've already gone through this, but with us, the most important thing with anybody who comes works with us is they have the confidence that we are actually going to help them achieve their goals. So I just want to be 100% sure. Do you really believe with that full confidence based on everything that you've mentioned, that you've seen, and everything that we've gone through today, that this truly can get you?
That's the most important thing, right? Like, he's just checking. He's like, okay, right, from what we've spoken about, do you actually believe we can get you the results? Because if, again, the prospect says no, then obviously they're not going to buy it, right? So he's temperature checking them. He's like, okay, do you believe in what we do? Do you think it can get you results? Okay, if you do, and you actually sound convincing, then I'm going to tackle the objection.
In the next 6 months to 90 kg?
I do.
Okay, cool. And then I guess what is it in your own opinion that is coming up, which is even making you want to think about it, just to see if I might be able to help?
It's a lot of money, man. Right? Obviously do pretty well for myself, but it's a big sum of money. I've never spent that amount.
Sure.
On my health and my fitness. So
what do you mean by it's a big amount though? What does that look like to you?
Well, like a usual PT session is like 100 an hour.
Again, clarity, right? It's super, super important. Gain clarity. Understand what's actually there. Like, expensive to one person can be expensive to another person, right? So a lot of money to this prospect. What is that? What does that look like? Just gaining clarity. So it's super important when you handle objections. You firstly make sure they actually believe in what you do, and secondly, you just try to gain as much clarity as possible before you actually tackle it properly.
Right, that's on the high end. So I think I was spending like 800 a month.
Yep.
For those PT sessions. I guess it's just a lot in one go. It's basically what I'm trying to get at.
100%, it's a lot in one go. I guess like even if in 6 months down the line, you said obviously you have the confidence it can get you to actually feeling proud of yourself again and actually get to 90 kg mark to eliminate the health. I mean, fast forward price aside, you're able to get to that point. Would it even be worth getting to that goal? Or is that even worth £3,000 to you?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, why is it though?
Probably worth more, man. Like,
tackling it
now. Changed my life, to be honest.
Yeah, I completely understand, man, because obviously 3,000 is a big investment, but obviously getting from, dropping 20 kg in 6 months, that's also a big step, right?
Yeah.
And it's not about making the decisions of the person who we are. It's about making the decisions of the person that we want to be.
So what he's doing now, I'm going to go back to that, right? He's basically like getting on the same level with his prospect. And he's like, well, you losing 20 kilos is a big step, right? And so it makes sense. It's basically getting the prospect to understand, the transition I'm trying to make is big. So it does make sense that the amount I pay is also big, right?
Being proud of yourself again and actually get to 90 kg mark to eliminate the health. I mean, fast forward price aside, you're able to get to that point. Would it even be worth getting to that goal? Or is that even worth £3,000 to you?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, why is it though?
Probably worth more, man. Like, it just changed my life, to be honest.
Yeah.
So now it's the big step thing that I spoke to you about, basically getting the prospect to understand, it does make sense it being priced at this point.
Completely understand, man, because obviously 3,000 is a big investment, but obviously getting from, dropping 20 kg in 6 months, that's also a big step, right?
Yeah.
And it's not about making the decisions of the person who we are. It's about making the decisions of the person that we want to be. The only reason that somebody is overweight or is fat is because they made the decisions of an overweight person, and they haven't consistently made the decisions and taken the action of someone who does have a six-pack. Simple as that. So I guess, are you ready to start making the actions of the person that you want to be and leave behind that the person that you have been for the last 3 years? But obviously you mentioned you've been at this weight for longer, more like five years. Are you ready to start taking the action of the person who today is actually going to have that six-pack, get down to 90 kg, and again, feel proud of themselves that they've committed and not just thrown it off for another 3 years?
Now, at this point, it's like the way he worded it, it's like you sound silly if you say no, right? Because it's true. Everything he said is true. He's hitting the nail on the head. And that's the thing when you're objection handling is like you need to be, and throughout the whole call, just be real with the person in front of you. Be authentic. They'll see that and they'll trust you and they'll, make a decision that can really impact their life for the better.
Yeah. I think I am, man.
Well, why now though? Look, man, you don't have to do it. Look, most people will push it off. Why do you feel like you are ready?
Pushing the prospect away a little, right? So he's been pulling him in. It's like if you've ever played, I forgot what it's called with the rope. It's like basically you pull the rope, right? The technique is like you pull and then you push and then you pull, right? And it really works well. And it's the same here, right? He's pulled him in so much, the prospect. So now he's pushing him away a little bit and then he's going to pull him back in. And it's very effective. Because now he's asked me, you don't have to. So he's I'm selling the idea to him of why I should do it, which is very effective.
I think I said earlier, nothing changes if nothing changes, right?
Yeah.
is there like a way to maybe make it more manageable for myself? Like,
in what way do you mean by manageable?
I don't know. Like, can I pay it off in like a payment plan? Do you guys offer that?
Again, clarity, gaining an understanding of, okay, you mentioned that you want to, make it more manageable. What does that mean? Manageable for me means very different thing to manageable for you. Gaining clarity. Then I'm asking for a payment plan. Now, a thing that a lot of sales reps do and a lot of people is they fold, right? They're like, yeah, we do payment plans, but look what Oscar does here. And it's what I really recommend a lot of you do.
Yeah, I guess what makes you feel like that would be the ideal way for you to go about this?
Just peace of mind. Like $3,000 in one go hurts more than less over time,
100%. I completely understand, but I guess I'm just curious. Like, what do you feel like would give you the best chances of success? Being in a peace of mind, or really having that fire and that person behind you and that incentive that you've actually had a bit of a sting and you want to push through that and have that consistency to stay on that path, so you can actually make sure that you stay. And obviously, we're going to keep you accountable, but you've got to keep yourself accountable. I guess. Would you feel like being comfortable would even help you?
I guess not. Make a valid point. All right. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it, man.
So yeah, that's pretty much everything. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.